Yeah, I do want to ask more about Dial, Die Merrily, and Marie. What was it like to do that episode? I know you like the physical aspect of the show, but there they gave you a lot. Was it just, all right, I'm embracing this, I'm going for it?
Couple things. It really made me realize, wow, I have my dream job. I may never do this again. My first job was McDonald's, cleaning up puke in the ball pit area in the playland. So I was like, yes, I've come a little bit of a long way. Mom, I got to tell you about this. Yeah, and then another thing was, on top of the, wonderful stunt choreography I had to learn and all that stuff, it was just great because I felt like so many stories came together in Dial, Die Merrily. We had that wonderful Blake moment where Bellamy was rooting for Octavia when nobody else did. I thought that was completely wonderful. Then there was the ultimate betrayal
Sorry.
at the end. It's okay, I know you wouldn't do it in real life to me. You always got my back as Eliza. It's just, I felt like so many storylines, came full circle there, and we lost a couple of wonderful characters that are greatly missed. Zach McGowan, and
Nadia Hilker.
Nadia Hilker. Yeah. It's been a long day. Yeah, it was a wonderful episode to be. I think it just was great television. Pumped.
Marie,
Yeah.
I think the other thing that people miss in that episode, because it was so action-packed and there was so many stunts, that it was a really emotional episode. The stuff between you and Bellamy was amazing. You and Ilian, he dies in your arms after he gets an arrow through the neck. Like, all of those scenes were so emotional. So you and everyone were carrying these physical scenes, but I thought it was one of the most emotional episodes of the season.
Yeah. Cool.
And that,
Thanks, guys.
Marie mentioned this, but that was also the episode, where Clark made a very big executive decision about sneaking Sky Crew into the bunker, and Bellamy was not very happy with the decision. For you guys, Eliza, Bob, it's like when you see these characters make these, there's no good decision. Do you have your own inner debate about, was she right? Was he right? Do you talk about that amongst yourselves?
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things where, how do I still make Clark likable in this situation? There were a lot of mad fans out there, but I don't know. You just kind of have to see it, through her perspective of just kind of thinking that she's doing the right thing. But that was a tough one. That was a really tough episode for us.
Yeah, I think that, Bellamy's made some pretty terrible decisions over the last 4 years, so I kind of have just gotten used to that. Yeah. I sometimes read the scripts and I just kind of face palm. But you got to bring truth to the performance, and that's all you can really do, and not really think about how it's going to be received or whatnot.
Yeah.
But Bob, you really brought that character back. Like, when all the stuff happened between you and Pike and you went to the dark side and everyone was like, what is Bellamy doing? In season 4, I thought you brought that character back so much.
Yeah, it's been a long...
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a long road, but it's been a good journey, for sure.
And to talk about that decision that Clark made at the end of Die Merrily, in her mind, the world was coming to an end. And in that moment, obviously she didn't give Octavia much of a chance. So yes, arguably that was a bad thing for her to do because she was wrong. But at the end of the day, Clark's whole journey last season was to save as many people as she could. And in that moment, all she could save were those people. They just so happened to be her people. So it wasn't as if she suddenly was doing things differently. Isaiah Jaha, who was also incredible this last season, his whole thing has always been, yes, I'm just saving Sky Crew. I only care about Sky Crew. For a moment, their agendas were on the same path.
Yeah.
In the next episode, we find out Marie won and did exactly what Clark would have wanted to do if she could wave her magic wand, and that's when she really felt bad about it.
Yeah, felt pretty terrible.
She owes her one for that. Lindsay, I referenced this line when I introduced you, but this is Raven Reyes and I'm Alive was such a great moment on the show. Let's talk about that episode, the other side, which was, another Raven Goes Through Hell episode. But what was it like to film that and that entire sequence in the water, crawling across the floor?
That episode, I feel like, I'm so in love with this show because for my own selfish actor needs, because they constantly challenge me very physically, emotionally, acting purely. And that episode was a hell of an episode because I'm in this tank that's I have to be freezing to death and have these really emotional goodbyes with my figments of my imagination because I'm losing my mind. And then I kill myself, and then I resurrect it with the electric shock underwater and have a heart attack and throw myself over a tank and crawl to a defibrillator that's across the, you think I'd put it a little closer, across the room with small little stickers on it, stick it in the right place, and jolt my heart back to life because of my heart murmur. And then walkie-talkie my friends. It was insane, but it was honestly like, Ian Cusick directed that one, and he was with me every step of the way, and it was, we did some really cool things to where I'm just I was coming back on the ground, and he would walk me through this like imaginative story about what I'm going through in my mind, and it was kind of a surreal experience that I just feel like no other show I'm gonna be able to get to do that. Like Marie, it's like it's a dream job. When do you do that? Never. So it's been, I wouldn't call it hell. It's been heaven in an actor way.
A weird twist
in
in
a
heaven.
nerdy actor
Yeah.
way.
That's
great.
certainly something that this cast goes through more than any cast really I've ever worked with. We do so much physical stuff on the show.
Yeah.
A lot of them do 80%, 90% of their own stunts, which is kind of amazing. The weather in Vancouver starts out really hot, and then it gets rainy, and then it gets snowy and cold, and we're out in it 14 hours a day. So, and never once. I mean, they're pros, and it's really been fun. Yeah.
I believe last year, sitting on this very stage, Richard and Chris, there was a lot of talk at other panels too about lamenting that you two never worked together.
Yeah.
So what was it like to finally get to work together? And the fact is that your characters had to deal with some old issues because they hadn't been on screen together.
Yeah, I mean, the one time we'd been together before season 4 was I just tried to kill his best friend for coughing.
Yeah.
Typical Murphy.
Stand up guy.
Dude. Yeah, so of course I think that was where that was the one thing we had, so we had to play with that. And I'm pretty sure we forced Jason's hand with that one by forcing us to have
I'm
some
so
screen
glad
time.
you did.
I love
It was great. Yeah, we had a great time.
It's
together.
funny, there's so many actors in the cast that it's hard to find, that surprised me that they had never been in a scene
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So when I wrote the scene, I did have to sort of go back to the beginning and sort of call back to that moment in episode, what was that, episode 103?
103, yeah, because it was
Yeah.
the one that Bellamy was out of the camp, and I took it
Right.
on myself to be the leader. And they-
Yeah, you did not do well.
I think they went pretty good. Chris, how do you feel about me?
I plead the fifth. No, it's been great. It's been great, Richard. I'm glad we finally got screen time. This is our little year anniversary. Okay. Okay.
Season 5 preview.
Now you know.
The 100, it's a soap opera. Different network.
You get bored in space.
Tasia,
Love can happen.
can you talk about, because Echo, these people do not have a lot of reasons to trust Echo. Clearly, it was a very tense situation, even her joining them. So, I don't know how much you know about what it's going to be like, the 6-year jump, but are you excited to see how things have developed? Because that's so much time that it's just been this small group of people spending together.
Yeah, I actually think about that a lot, like who she'd become friends with. I was thinking, would she become friends with Louisa? Or would she become friends with, I was thinking she'd be close to Raven for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I feel like these two girls are girls that get things done. They're very resourceful. I just see those two becoming friends and having alliances, whereas Monty, they'd be friends.
6 years is a long time. We'll see
Yeah, we'll see
people
where it
get
goes.
together, break up, get back together.
Break
Casual
up.
sex,
Break up.
not so casual.
Get together.
That's the thing. Jason, I don't ask the shipping questions.
Okay.
That's not my deal. But 6 years.
Who do you
Just
ship?
a few people on a rocket.
On the
Most of them
ship.
went in as couples. 3 of them were not part of a couple. How might things have changed?
Like I said, people break up, people get back together, people fool around. I mean, they do have 6 years of time to kill, and there's not a lot to do on a space station.
Get bored in space.
That's the end of my comment about
All right.
Yeah.
Lonely in space.
It does get lonely. Raven's really lonely.
Oh.
Raven's so lonely.
And then I have to ask, I asked you this when I spoke to you when the season ended, but, you know, whether it be the bunker or the rocket, is there a baby that's going to be showing up? I know you wouldn't say who it would be from, but
Oh, I've never thought about that.
Well, no. But Clark has one, sort of. She didn't have to get pregnant, but she has a baby. She has a child. She has a bond that's that important.
Murphy is a child.
we're going to go to audience questions in a few minutes, but I had some questions from Twitter I'm going to ask. Randy Fox asked, is everyone going to undergo a change in appearance to emphasize the 6-year jump, like how Clark cut her hair and colored part of it? Will there be some eye patches, some robo legs?
It's actually
Beards.
fun because usually we're picking right back up where we left off, except for I think the one season where we found Clark
Between
killing
2 and 3.
panthers and
Yeah.
trees. And so they're literally, these guys go off on their hiatus and they do movies or they relax and they do whatever they do and they grow their hair and they cut their hair and they dye their hair. We got to get it back to where it was, at that exact moment. But this season's different, and I've really talked to all of them about what do they want, because anything is possible after 6 years. So I'm open to it. Bob and I have been talking.
Yeah, look, I had some kind of crazy ideas last night. We'll go back to
Well, it's funny you say that.
Liza's is dialed in already.
Yeah, I'm already
Everybody
set.
else is,
You've been pressuring me for some weird hairdo. Do you want to share with them?
No, I don't, but your hair is going to be awesome.
You clearly don't like it.
We've yet to.
I didn't agree to it yet.
I know.
Well, Bob, I had also got a specific, because other people asked about the appearance change, but I got a very specific one from @EternalBaby saying, will Bellamy have a beard or a mustache?
Yeah.
I like the idea of a giant mustache.
Barry's back.
We've been talking about that.
Bring Barry back.
I can't really.
Look like with a mustache. Go.
Oh, you know? Yes. You look great. It's bring
I
Barry
mean, yeah,
back.
I'd love to have my mustache, but I can't really grow a beard. So, we're kind of discussing that now and factoring it into the beard budget.
I'll donate my shaved
We don't have
head
a beard
hair
budget,
so you
Bob.
can make a beard wig.
You could have just big sideburns.
I could have big mutton chops.
Yeah.
Starburns.
Yeah.
Elvis
good.
inspired.
Yeah?
Why not?
I approve.
Let's leave it up to the fans. What should Bob do with his hair?
We'll do a poll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down with a sweet mustache, but yeah.
Sweet
stash. Yeah?
Open on a close-up of him brushing his mustache.
Yeah, just,
Just waxing it. Yeah. I mean, I'm open to it. How about you, Jason?
To a mustache?
No.
Sure.
That's just like we cut to 6 years later and Bellamy's just like combing. That's his thing now. It's like, no, I can't hear the radio. I'm busy.
@Relaven asked that it seems inevitable that we get flashbacks during the 6-year time jump. Would that be how the season starts? Does it start from right where we left off? Might there be some flashbacks catching us up?
Yeah, there'll be flashbacks for sure. There's a lot of very pivotal, emotional, intense moments that we will have missed in that 6-year period, and I think it's important to see some of them. I'm not going to spoil the premiere yet, but we will come to understand how all of them became the characters that we will see in the premiere and beyond. So yes, that does include flashbacks.
All right, we're going to start taking some audience questions out in the darkness.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
that was a super cool reveal.
I wish you could have seen it.
Hi, I'm Jonah. And what I was wondering is that all the characters on the show are so complex. They have a lot of different layers. So I was wondering, what's your favorite attribute or character trait of your character?
So many. No, I don't know. I love Clark's resilience, I guess. That's something that I like, and there's a lot of selflessness to her, which makes me happy. So, how about you?
I mean, I admire Bellamy's resilience to be able to get up every day, even though he's made so many poor choices, and still try and persist and get things done. But the thing that I personally like about him the most is his ability to hold on to guilt. I mean, No, but like honestly, it's kind of fun to play in that realm and everything's so weighted down. So as an actor, I like it when he's in tune with that part of himself. So yeah. It sounds morbid, but it's true.
I like how incredibly flawed Octavia is, and she's always brave in the face of fear. I like that about her.
I love Raven's will. I feel like when she puts her mind to something, she is unstoppable, and it's admirable that because I think for me it's like I'll get bogged down, but Raven Reyes never gives up, ever. I love it.
I don't want to steal it because it's kind of similar to. Okay, yeah, no, I think something else. It's kind of similar to will or resilience, but I'd say his relentlessness. It's not even like a calculated resilience. It's just this pure, like animalistic will to continue whatever rage he's on at the moment,
cockroaches
and I
never
love
die.
that. Exactly, cockroaches never die.
Never die.
He's like a wild dog, and I love him like that. It's great. It's true. He is. He's
Like a
amazing.
wild dog.
Wild, sexy.
Like a
dog.
dingo.
A dingo?
That's a sexy animal.
Did you all know that Monty can make alcohol from scratch?
Chad.
He was making moonshine in like 3 weeks down on the ground. I think that's pretty cool.
Is that your favorite characteristic?
Yes.
I think I like Echo's strength and her loyalty the most. She never backs down from a fight. She's always protecting her clan first. And yeah. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Hi, I'm AJ. You guys keep giving me heart attacks with like all this near-death stuff. I can't take it. But I hope you guys never die. But if you do, how would you want to go out?
Now you're asking the characters, right? How they're.
Oh yes.
Do I go first? Can someone else jump in this time?
I want to go out the way Raven would go out in space. Dope.
There you go. So we are talking about characters.
Characters.
Well, I also would
Characters.
be kind of
You
cool.
personally would like that?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'd be down with the space thing.
Yeah, I'm going to
You
piggyback
shatter,
that
you
one.
Shatter.
I want Bellamy to kill him. I think we've come a long way and had a lot of but I think if there had to be, if I like do like a double turn or something.
Oh, right.
And you have to just put me down, and I think that'd be pretty.
It's like
We've come a long way. Like
a
I feel
mercy
like it's,
kill or
it's
a
right. Yeah. One way or another. I think it would
Single
be right.
tier
It would be
mercy
right for
kill.
one of us to
Yeah.
kill the other eventually.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'd like for Bellamy to just have a misstep and fall off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, that's it.
Just saying something like he would.
Yeah.
Who's hungry? Oops.
I think Octavia would like to just fall off her horse mid-gallop and like get stepped on or something. It would hurt her ego less than to get taken out by somebody else. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, realistically, Clark's would be some sort of grand self-sacrifice, I think, wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it would. It's not that funny, but it's true.
And you wouldn't go out alone, probably. It'd be
No.
like a genocidal
Yeah,
act.
yeah.
Chris, Tasia.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Space.
Okay, that's not it. I'd like for Echo to put Monty in a sleeper hold and then accidentally take him out.
No one's on like
accidental
old
deaths.
age. Like no one's like natural.
I'd change
You
it.
know?
Just peacefully in his sleep.
Peacefully just yeah, said it. I like your costume, by the way.
Thank you very much.
To catch up on part 1 of the 100 panel, click that box over on the left or click that box over on the right to see part 3.